people can also go back to it. But without further ado, we have to get started. This is the day one of the hackathon, and I'm very, very much excited. Having done this this is third hackathon we're doing now. And it promises to be a very interesting, next 72 hours for all of us. I would hand over to the Babcock University POLSSA team. I think Tammy is on the call to give us the welcome, address and welcome everybody, introduce themselves. And yeah, Tammy, can you hear me? Hi, Tammy, are you there? Can you hear me? You're muted if you're saying anything. Is there any other person from Babcock University if Tammy is not present?
Hi everyone, good evening. I'm so sorry for picking up this late. All right, so good evening everyone. Welcome to Naija Political Cartoon 2025 Babcock University edition. First off, I really want to appreciate the Policy Shapers Organization for giving POLSSA, that's Political Science Student Association, Babcock University, the opportunity to collaborate with them for joining ends together. I just want to say a big thank you. We appreciate you. And to all our participants, I also want to say a very, very big thank you for joining, for signing up. I mean, if we're all trying to make our country better, I think the change is going to start from us. And it's quite evident that everyone wants to have an impact and be able to create change where the need be. So I just also want to urge each and every of the participants to put in all they got, your time, resources, attention, do your research properly delegate, that's the team leaders, delegate properly to all your team members. And also, I'll also advise everyone to please work hand in hand with their team members. There should be no sort or form of one person is doing the job, another person is not doing the job, another person is waiting, another person. Everyone should have like a job assigned to them. Everyone should deliver. Everyone should do what they are meant to do. It is a team work and it's not a solo kind of work. So please, and also let's always check our emails. I'll always love to talk about this information to always be posted there. And if you need to ask any questions, you can ask me, you can ask Jessica. And concerning gaining more knowledge on the policy hackathon, you can go to YouTube, check on YouTube, just type policy shapers. We've also sent the link to the group chat. It's also in your emails. Everything you need is actually there. So just search it up, and every guide and resources you need to put you through this competition is already provided for you. So thank you everyone. Thank you for policy shapers, and thank you to all the participants. We really appreciate you guys being involved in all of this. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tammy. And the POLSSA team brought this to light. At the policy shapers level, we've done a lot of these, but we've been focused on people posts, institutions, or maybe not necessarily. But this is the first time we're having a tertiary education-based policy hackathon, and I think it's particularly fascinating to see that. Before we get started into the competition proper, what the competition entails, what do you guys expect? What are you meant to do? I would like to open it up, maybe to two or three persons to tell us like what is your motivation? Why did you decide to register? Why do you decide to apply? You can just raise your hand using the emoji raising a hand sign. Then I can just call on one or two persons, or at least three persons. Now, in the instance where there's no one, I will just call on anyone randomly. So I would assume for good policy shapers, we are proactive, and I want us to have even no more than 10 hands down. We're finding difficult issues our top three people. So let's do that for the next 5 minutes. And let's see what, just anything, what are you most excited about this competition? Or why did you intend to participate in this competition? What motivated you? Or what do you hope to get out of it? Whatever it is, just to hear your thinking, your thoughts as we, start this hackathon for the next 3 days. So anyone? Yeah, Alabi Manuel, you can go ahead, you can unmute yourself. And it'd be nice if you can turn on your video like myself. I know it's late in Nigeria, but if you can turn on your video, that's fantastic. If you cannot, that's fine. As far as you can hear us and you can also speak when you're called upon, that's fine. So over to you, Alabi Manuel, you can unmute yourself.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I can't turn on my video because it's really dark.
That's fine.
Yeah, my name is Alabi Manuel, student of Lagos State University. And one of my major motivation is the declaration of state of emergency in the wrong place. I believe where state of emergency should be declared in Nigeria currently should be in the area of security, because there's been a lot of issues as regarding security. And when I saw the opportunity for a policy from the policy shapers and the chance to put out my view and what I think and create a policy that could go as far as, reaching the right audience, then I feel I should jump on it. My first time working around a policy paper, I'm looking forward to learning through the progress and the process, and also to make something of it. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel. And I share your sentiments that we should not just be naysayers or not do anything about the competition. So that's really, really good. And I hope you get more out of it, I'm excited to work with you. Who wants to follow? I can see Akinduro Lenny Bukola. I'm sorry if I pronounce your name right, but over to you. Yeah. You can unmute yourself. If you are talking, you're muted.
So, hi everyone. My name is Bukola Princess, and I'm an ILD student, that is international and diplomacy student. And what motivated me when I saw this policy hackathon, like when I saw the program, I was like, okay, maybe I'm going to be a diplomat and I'm going to work in an embassy, but I have to be more open. And I wanted to create an impact because, like, policy is about, like, policy is actually about rules, decision making in my campus. And also, like, I also want to, like, participate more. I want to know more about the real world, like policy, creating impact. I want to be more open so that when I get outside and I work in an embassy or I become an ambassador, I won't be like an amateur that doesn't know what's going on. So this program really, like, helps me a lot. It makes me, like, to know more about the real world.
Thank you for such insights, Bukola. And I think that such decision is absolutely on point. And you see that the policy hackathon will expose you to that. Okay, let's take one more person or two more person. Like there are over 30 people online. Like as policy enthusiasts, if not, everybody should even raise up their hand, quite frankly, that we should be, battling to choose who should do what and the likes. Afolami Alaba, over to you, Afolami Alaba.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening, sir. Thank you very much for the orientation you've given to us. Okay, one of the things that, although there are various reasons that actually prompted me to be part of this program, and one of them is the fact that we can even be part of something that would make us engage in critical thinking, not just on the surface level, because there are a lot of people that just speak about, oh, the state of the economy, the state of the country, oh, it's bad, it's this, but they don't really understand what it takes to work towards policy making, because I believe if everybody can, come together at a point to, okay, this policy is not really working. Let's deliberate together on our own to, make sure that how can this policy work. So I believe this organization, that is Policy Shapers Initiative, is really geared towards that. And I believe and I hope that participating in this would make me to be more knowledgeable about policy making and policy making implementation and the overall consequence of, or the overall result of making a very good and policy in the country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Afolami Alaban. Yeah, I do agree with you. Like, as I said, it's people can say a lot of things. They can say a lot of things, but what's the point about saying we don't know why this is this and how can we change it? Without further ado, I think I'm going to share my screen and go about what does the hackathon entails. Now, some of you will be shocked because this is your first time participating in an hackathon. Some will be happy, some, I wouldn't say disappointed. Oh my God, we have to start over again. But just know that like it's all for fun, it's all for impact, it's a learning curve, and this is what hackathon is all about. And we are here to guide you. There's nothing to be afraid about. And there's the first three teams are winning some cool money too, right? And the top 5 people are recognized as finalists, with also prizes like souvenirs, certificates. All participants will get certificate. That is if everybody participated. So tell your team members that by the time we want to issue our certificate of participation, we're going to look at the record of the call. There's a keynote session tomorrow, and I would expect this to be over 70 people joining, because if you don't join the keynote tomorrow and you didn't join today, even if your team said you work with them, there's no way we can certify that you participated or work with them. So tell your team member that tomorrow's session is compulsory. Luckily it's not like as late as we are having today. So I hope everybody will be able to join extensively. So with that being said, let me just share my screen and so we all can get started. And one thing I'll say that like POLSSA make this possible. Like I'm sure they got fed up about my ask all the time, but I've never seen such. While I was in undergrad, I did a lot of stuff. I don't know if anybody here from Lagos State University knows me, because it's going to 5 years or 6 years now. So maybe people do not necessarily know me anymore. But I would say that it is nice to see this energy continue. It's really nice to see. And to see that people like POLSSA are also being the frontiers, that is really, 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 really cool. I'm really excited about what we get to do together. Share my screen. Great. I believe everybody can see my screen. Again, feel free to comment on the chat box. We love to hear from you. We love to know your insights. We love to know what you guys want us to do. And, we are way, way happy. Damilola, you're a co-host. Yeah, you're a co-host. So in case you see some people come into the waiting room, feel free to accept them. In case I'm maybe carried away with this presentation, I cannot do that. Now, we are here with the Naija Policy Hackathon, the POLSSA edition 1.0, which is the first time we're having the university edition, but this is not our first. And we're so excited for this, as Riley said. And, in partnership with Policy Shapers, we're happy to do this. But the first thing we would like to talk about, I spoke about this briefly for those people that joined, the bootcamp, but we'd like to also reiterate who we are as an organization, why are we doing this? And we are Policy Shapers. We are registered as a private limited company. We're a civic startup that try to, build young people, make people get all the requisite skills they need to be able to participate and engage with public policy. In summary, like we're just trying to make public policy cool for people. Like you see all those people sitting in the House of Assembly and you see people make laws for you, and it would be nice for you to know that, no, you can be part of the process. You can submit the policy memo to the House of Assembly for them to consider. It doesn't matter where you are, who you are. As far as a citizen of the country, you have the ability and the power to participate. And Policy Shapers is trying to ensure that people know this, participate actively in this, and we're able to create change. Why should you make public policy cool? I showed this also in the previous slide when we did our bootcamp. These are like the majority of us in Nigeria are youths. We are literally youths, and and to make the country work, we need to be involved in the present time, but also for our future benefits. We understand situation better. We have a good grasp, a pragmatic view of situation, a reality of things, and we can better engage with things. And it is very, very important that, interestingly enough, most of our population wants to also migrate out abroad in the next couple of years. Like, they call it Japa syndrome. Why? Because the country is not working. Right? Look at someone like me. I'm here in the United States. Now I'm doing my research, but it would be cool if such level of research can be done in Nigeria. We have such high level of scientific advancement. How can we make all of this thing work? And that is why I'm investing my time also to ensure that we have a country that works for everyone, and we're able to do what we have to do together. Overview of our work. We've done a lot of work. We've worked with government institutions, starting from Nigeria government. We provided policy advisory recently to the Republic of Korea. I said last time that even the basis of policy hackathon, policy shaper started in the fact that, like, my first hackathon was the COVID-19 policy hackathon. We did the Stanford hackathon, MIT hackathon. And quite frankly, we did great. We were like the top three for both of them, one top three, the other honorable mentions. We work with a lot of companies like Accountability Lab, Change.org, Budget IG, Creative Commons. And I said you're in a very good community because we have the network to eventually let you guys get to where you want to get to. We have the network to ensure that you guys move the frontiers of excellence in whatever policy ground you want to. And we are very happy to work with you all. Now, our team, you are going to meet all of them tomorrow. All the team members will be joining tomorrow. The keynote session is the most important part of this hackathon. As I said, if no team members don't join that tomorrow, it will be difficult for us to give you a certificate of participation. And even if your team eventually won, we might not be convinced to see you as part of the team. So ask everybody to join in tomorrow. Why? Because you meet all these cool, everybody here will join tomorrow. The keynote speaker is coming. You meet someone like Eben. Some of you met him already. Eben leads the team, and he works with the World Economic Forum. He's a major expert in the field. You meet Shimdi. Shimdi is a national security fellow at Setinor University at Rogers. Also do a lot of politics. You meet Comfort. Comfort is in Australia, and leading good work around food security, agricultural landscape, and very, very, you have Terry. Terry also work with PINT. Some of you may know PINT, leading good developmental work. And here you have Toby. Toby just got recently selected as the Mandela Washington Fellow. And also I've done cool work, was a Shivni scholar in the United Kingdom, currently in Nigeria doing great stuff. And my humble self, I've been opportunity. I currently work as a PhD candidate in Ghana University, and just in the coming week, I'll be at the United Nations Economic and Social Council, speaking at the UN headquarters, also representing the African continent. But now we can make youth involvement in international collaborations and SDGs possible. But why am I saying all of this? This is not to blow our horns, but to let you know that, like, this can be you. In a year, this can be you. In 6 months, this can be you. And I'm so proud of the POLSSA team, which tomorrow they are going to present a slide. I'll communicate with them so that they can introduce everyone on their picture, that they're already doing this. All of us started just like the POLSSA team. And here we are leading good work all over the country, all over the continent, and all over the globe. And this is where we started from. Our first hackathon was in 2019. And 6 years down the line, we are leading. I was in my first hackathon, I think I just graduated from university or something. I was my final year, I can't remember. But 5 years down the line, 6 years down the line, we are here leading some of the largest policy group in the African continent. The key thing when you look at yourself that this can be you, and if you believe this can be you, certainly you are in the right position where you are developing yourself. And we are so excited to work with you all. Our roadmap, our first hackathon was in 2022. Then we move on to second Naija policy hackathon, and which we did. The third hackathon was meant to be physical this year, and luckily we have this partnership in 2024. Then we had the POLSSA team reach out to us and decided to combine everything, where we are going to have the first Babcock University hackathon, and maybe later this year or early next year, we're going to have the first West African hackathon. And I'm certain that will be all the whole West African continent. And it's very, very interesting because I'm sure the prices will be in dollars and maybe international travels and collaborations, but we are currently planning that, and we are looking forward to have everybody on ground. So, and here we are. So all about the 2025 hackathon. What is this competition? What does it entail? Now, if you've not been listening to me thus far, this is where you should listen to me. This determines what is expected of you guys in the next 72 hours. The theme of the hackathon is used as a catalyst for nation building and political transformation. And there'll be a keynote session tomorrow. It is important. It is important that everybody attend the keynote session tomorrow because it shapes the hackathon. I think we are bringing a very renowned speaker, which the graphic will be released tomorrow morning. And so he's a founder of so many multiple organizations and work as an energy expert. Those of you working on energy and environmental sustainability or technology, and even he did his bachelor's. Some of you may know him, but Benga did his bachelor's in history and international relations. So basically knows a lot about political landscape and did a master's also in the same field and energy expertise. But you will hear more from him tomorrow. But yeah, this competition is to brainstorm. We have to write a policy paper in 3 days. Now, I know we had policy boot camp, and some of you might have started writing your policy shapers. That is good. That's a good training, but you will see that you have to start again because that's the whole point of an hackathon. We are going to get there very soon. So we have how many teams? It's a bit competitive. I won't lie. We have over 100 participants, 18 teams in 3 sessions. The group stage is what we are currently having, where all of you come together, write your policy hackathon papers. You guys submit tomorrow, and the judges will select the semi-finalists. We are going to have, I think, 8 semi-finalists, and out of which we are going to pick the top 5 that will go into the finale. So can you be part of the 8 that will be selected to get into the semi-final? And more importantly, be part of the 5 team that will be selected to go for the grand finale. And the grand finale is physical at Babcock University. All hand has been on deck to host you guys and to ensure that you guys have a good time for the finalists. I would say though, and they will share more details about the grand finale later on Sunday, everybody is invited. So it doesn't mean, because your team doesn't get to the final, what have you, everybody is invited. So, and I think those with honorable mentions also will be awarded. So we were happy to have Babcock University, obviously the host, Adeleke University, Ajayi Crowther University, Caleb University of Lagos, last week, University of Lagos, University of Nigeria, Nsukka. But what I love the most about this hackathon is that this is not a face-off against universities. We encourage cross-collaborations, right? And what you can see is that you guys, we are left to meet each other in the group, and you created a team with people from other universities, and that's really fantastic. That's my favorite piece of this hackathon. And it's okay if everybody in your team are from the same school, that's fine too. But I think I love the fact that we have a system where we have people from different parts of, of Nigeria, different universities coming to form a team. So what joins you guys together is not your institutional affiliation. What joins you guys together is that problem you are passionate about. And that is way, way important for us. That you see individuals that are passionate about the same, issues in the country, and based on your shared passion, despite your different locations, you want to solve that problem. And I think that's the power of the competition. And we are very, 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 very happy and excited about it. And we look forward to see the great things we are going to do. I would like to say this again, this is not a one-off event. We have the boot camp already. We are in the second stage of the policy arc. But even after the policy arc, one thing that I know we like to do is to ensure that everybody go into policy banter. We send opportunities along your way. We help you guys, whatever way you guys need us. And we continue our advocacy and engagement. Now, guide for writing your policy memo. What do we expect from you? And if you truly want to make it semi-final, this is what you should know. We have so many resources online. Check all of these, on our YouTube. This is what's expected on you. Immediately after this call ends, in less than 5 minutes, you are going to receive this in your email and on the WhatsApp group. It's called the tip sheets. Now, there are different sections. We have 10 sections. And the policy shapers team and experts have been able to come together with key issues we'd like you to address. Now, you're not to address everything. So a typical example, if your track is the security and national stability, you want to read this tip sheet and just come up with any issue, any topic you want to address in any of these issues. Typical example, let's say you resonate with the political instability. For example, this says that Nigeria faces single security challenges that threatens national stability, including religious and ethnic violence, political instability, and widespread kidnapping. And let's say you're interested in the kidnapping. So the third prompt says kidnapping for ransom has become a widespread crime, destabilizing both rural and urban areas. What measures can be taken to improve law enforcement, enhance security infrastructure, and address the root causes of criminal activities? Now, We are not saying that your policy paper should be titled kidnapping and banditry. No, we are saying that if you are interested in this, then you should address your policy paper to, maybe you want to address to the chief of defense staff, and you want to write something around eradicating the mainstream kidnapping in the nation. That's your title. So this is not giving you, your title have to be this, but this saying that, like, if you're in security, your solution must either tackle any of these religious and ethnic violence. Look at this, talk about the Fulani herdsmen issue going on, the religious interfaith issues going on. Just choose something, come up with your topic, come up with your problem, and you research on it. And this is critical because I know some of you might have started the solution in your mind. Your team might have started building something, which is okay. But just ensure whatever it is you are building, ask yourself the big question. Does it tie into what the tip sheet asks for you? If it doesn't, how can you make it tie? And that's what makes this an hackathon. An hackathon is not something you are given 2 weeks to go do and you come and just submit. It's something you have very limited time. Within a space of 2 days, you have to submit a policy paper on what you are just hearing for the first time. And that is why this tip sheet was not released, a while ago, since we brought all of you together. So all you guys have just been meeting, the team has been bonding, you've been discussing ideas. Some of you might be fortunate that some of the problem you want to tackle fit into your what we have in the tip sheet, and that's fantastic. Some of you might be totally out of it. I'm sorry. You just have to come back to the tip sheet and see, is your policy solution addressing any of this key problem? And that is the goal. I would love to hear in the chat box, like, I want to be sure people get this clearly. Why? Because when the judges want to review, they are going to look at the tip sheet for your sector. So let's say you're in the education sector, and the education sector is about out-of-school children or curricular, tertiary education or whatever. And what you're addressing is not part of it. Like, they'll be forced to minus close to 30% or 40% of your score, while they will still grade what you are. But just know that, like, because it means you did not follow the key issues we like you to consider when developing your policy memo. You will see all of these issues here are timely. Their stuff is currently happening in the nation. We will publish all of your policy paper that we think is substantial to be published on our website, so you have authorship to it. And the winners also be recognized, obviously. So please know that this is where you want to do your research. You want to write your executive summary. I think, let me just see if I can quickly even share the whole full tip sheet so that you guys can see what I'm talking about in a second. So we've not shared this here. The idea is that this tip sheet should be made available to you all immediately after this, because it means the hackathon has just begun. So I would assume all of the team currently rambling around and looking forward to see what is. So we have security, we have for education. Education is treating out of school children, outdated curricula, teacher professional developments, any of this, just write something around it. And it's fine, as I said, your title doesn't have to be out of school children. Feel free to come up with anything. You can address it to the Minister of Education. You can address it to the Board of SUBEB. You can, so whoever you wish to write your policy, but you must just fit into these prongs. We have for agriculture, and we have food insecurity, we have the climate change impacts on agriculture, we have conflicts and for economic growth, we have the petroleum subsidy removal and its impacts. We have floating the naira and the economic effects. We have tax increments and associated challenges. So what you can see, they're like, the tip sheet is kind of tackling what we currently have. For tech and AI, we have infrastructural demands, data management, workforce development. For healthcare, we have universal healthcare coverage. We have brain drain of medical experts. We have dilapidated healthcare institutions. For infrastructure, we have dilapidated public facilities, ineffective infrastructure management, rural development. For transportation, we have the bad road network. We have challenges in construction projects where, for those of you in Lagos, you can imagine the traffic congestion that is happening now, and also urban mobility. For environment and energy, electrification for all, oil generation and phasing out, renewable energy, women and youth empowerment. We have women in politics, youth participation in politics, youth innovation and enablement. For sports, we have optimizing resources for all, leveraging international support, and maximizing local support potential. So all the tracks are here. All the tracks are here. It is your duty to ensure that you study these tip sheets and you write something around this. This is the core, the center of the competition. So I would love to hear from everybody in the chat box. If it's clear, give me a thumbs up. If you have any question, I'll take a pause now before I move ahead, because this is really key. Everybody must be on board here. And while I'm talking, great. I can see Afolamisi understood. Umari, great, perfect. So that being said, just give me a second then. If that is clear for everyone, I'm gonna download these, and the competition is so you will see this officially. See tip sheets. So the hackathon begins, and that's what makes it an hackathon. So I hope you guys have fun. You have limited time, unfortunately, but it's what it is. I think you had more time than what we had in during our time. So I have just let's see. Great. I just shared this in the WhatsApp group. The POLSSA team will also email everyone the tip sheets and also put this instruction that this is what you're expected to study and write about. Yeah, should your policy paper address just one problem? I just saw a question. It's tricky. I don't know. If you think you can write a policy that addresses multiple problems, that's fine. It means you do a lot of research. But if you think, I would literally just take one problem if you're in your position. But if you think that, for example, if you think some things are just too interconnected and you can talk about, it's fine. But you have to do good research to be able to, communicate what you intend to communicate clearly. Yeah. So let me go back to the slide, and I'm glad every one of us is on board. Now, how does your policy memo look like? We share this for those of you that attended, but again, your policy memo is to have, your sections of introduction. Who are you addressing it to? From where? The date, the subjects. The executive summary. I like to write this last. That's a good tip I can give you. The background and context, recommendations, and your JSC statements. Now, day 2 schedule, and this is really important. Tomorrow we have a keynote address at 2 p.m. your time to 3 p.m. Kwanimelu Benga will come and speak to us. He's the founder of Kwanimelu Benga Fellowship and also the CEO Collins. And once all the team members will be, as I said, this is compulsory for everyone to attend. It determines if you get your certificate of participation or not. Please tell your team members. 4 to 5, this office hours is optional, but I think it's the most important part. Why? Because some of the judges are part of the mentors. You don't know who. And they will just be on Zoom. They'll be there on Zoom for this 1 hour. And there'll be different rooms, right? So the POLSSA team will be in the room, and your team can come in as a group. Once your team come in as a group to attend to the way it works is between 4 to 5. If you guys want to attend office hours, we attend to you as a team. So any team can join at any time. We'll have 4 mentors. And by the time you join in, if all the team are ready, we just launch you to a Zoom room to meet one mentor. And what would the mentor do? You can share your work with the mentor. You can share what you're currently working on, your findings. And the mentor will advise you on, this is how you should have done it. This is what you should do. This is how you should change something. This is what you should change. Note that not all the mentors, but some mentors are judges. But all the mentors have also been judges before. Their advice is key. I can tell you that if you want to make it. So I would attend this if I'm in your position. I would truly attend this. They will just spend 5 to 10 minutes with you. So that's why even if, let's say, you come in and see some other team in the rooms and you're asked to wait, just know they'll be done max 10 minutes with anything. So but the insight they will share with consistent. After the office hours, you guys continue hacking. We keep engaging you on the group. We keep engaging you on the group. We keep engaging you on the group. And I think it's important for us to know. Then tomorrow, which is Sunday, 1 p.m. on Sunday, the policy memo is due. And I think I'm just going to share this in a second. Sorry, I'm going to share the full schedule here so that we all can see what we have. Like my laptop seems to hang, but looks like we're back. On Sunday, the policy memo is due. I think that let me say this, we wouldn't like an issue where it is 2:01 p.m. and you are saying, oh, we are so sorry, can you open the link? It is automatic. There will be a link that will be released at exactly 12 p.m., at exactly 1 p.m. rather, and the link is just open for an hour. It closes automatically. There's nothing any of us can do. You did not make the 2 p.m. deadline to just submit and upload your paper, policy memo. Because judges start immediately. So think about it. The judges will literally be ready at 1:50. And they have just 2 hours to judge, to read everything. So the judges will read everything within 2 hours, and we're going to announce the semi-finalists on the WhatsApp group. That is that semi-finalists. Now, the semi-finalists have just 3 hours to prepare their presentation, let's say 4 hours, really, for the semi-final. So you have to make a slide. If you get to the semi-final, we'll send you instructions. You have to make a slide. You have just 4 hours. You make a slide that will be given to 10 minutes to present your slide and 5 minutes of questions with the judges. Then we have the closing words and details for finale. Now, it is fun. It is hackathon. It is fast-paced. I'm sure most of you won't sleep well, so sorry. But it is the purpose of an hackathon. That is why it is mostly held on weekends where there are no more school activities and you guys can have time to work on it. I wish I'm in your position. I miss doing an hackathon like this. The last time I did was a year ago. And it's always fun. It challenges your brain not to only think critically, but also think very fast. And without much ado, this has been so fun. And I think those are all the instructions we've got for the hackathon. And as I said, the competition is officially open. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to put it on the chat box or unmute yourself and ask. And in the absence of no question, I would like to see reactions from you all on the chat so that I can know I've been speaking to everybody and I've not been talking to myself alone. And yeah, we are excited for this and just know we are all available to support you on the group chat. Great, thank you, Aliyah, for the thumbs up. Yeah. Or is that Aurea or Joe actually? Great, thanks if you understood. Yeah, let's get more reactions from everyone. We have 42 people on this call and just 2 people could react that they got everything we discussed. Any question? Gift, thank you, Brian. And yeah, great. I can see everybody, follow me, thanks for the clap. And yeah, great. As I said, the POLSSA team are available. Rukayat, thank you. They are really fantastic. They will help you guys whatever you need. And we are going to publish a lot of things on that. And also engage in our social media. Please follow Policy Shapers and POLSSA. We are going to keep posting your teamwork. We are going to make a graphic design for each team based on your name. We are going to make a graphics design based on what you submitted at your name. So keep an eye on that. But retweet, repost, share everywhere. The semi-final is open to everybody, so your friends can attend, particularly those that make it to semi-finalists. Let people come and see you get celebrated. And everyone, it's going to be fun. Also, the keynote session is open to anyone. Anyone can attend the keynote tomorrow. And I'm very excited about that. So without further ado, we are so proud of you. And I will just stop here because I know it's already 9 o'clock Nigeria time and this is meant to be 8 to 9. And is there any question? Any final question, Carl? Great. I'll hand it back to the POLSSA team. Any one of them here, I think Dami had a network issue. So give us some final closing words and any other instructions they would like us to know before we call it a day for the night.
All right, so good evening, everyone, once again. Good evening, Mr. Kenny. Thank you so much. Thank you for all your advice, your lectures, your help, your guidance. We really appreciate. And on behalf of all the participants, we want to say a very big thank you. And also to all the participants, thank you for joining in. But please always text your teammates, tell them to join the call. If you're not joining the call, you're just wasting your effort. It's like you're not even part of this competition at all. So this online attendance is very, very much compulsory. As compulsory as it is for you to get to the finals, it's also compulsory for you to attend all the online sessions. People are going to be speaking, world-class analysts are going to be giving us lectures. We are going to be getting knowledge, information, and resources from people who are ahead of us and have, deep knowledge about all these things we want to work on. So I think it's just imperative for us to just get all of this knowledge that we need to get from them by joining this call. It is very much important. So thank you once again, everyone. Good night, and don't be scared. I know some people came to my DM to tell me, oh, they've never done research before. They don't know how it's going to be like. Don't worry, just apply, university knowledge plus any knowledge you're going to gain here, add it together, and you're good to go. So it's nothing to be scared of. You already have the eye there. I mean, I saw some of you talking about the particular track you selected and why you selected it, and I could see some very much deep-seated emotions, very much, connection to whatever it is that you chose. So it means you already know why you selected that track, the reason you want to work on it. So all you have to do is apply every theoretical knowledge you can apply, practical knowledge, everything, just put it together. So the best thing now is you're already aware of why you want to work on that thing you're working on. So that's half of the problem solved. The remaining half is all that you're going to be learning and all that you've learned so far. So apply it together. And once again, thank you. Thank you to Policy Shapers. Thank you, Mr. Kenny. Thank you to all our beautiful participants. And well done, and keep hacking. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Best of luck. Again, last thing, go to our YouTube. If you don't have an idea of research, the YouTube channel, Policy Shaper, have everything you need. How to write a policy, how to do research. Go there. And thank you so much, Dami. Good night, everyone. Happy hacking. And I'm looking forward to reading your policy memo. See you tomorrow in the keynote session. Bye. Yeah.